Hey, it's Griffin and Sarah, and we're at South Street Cemetery.
In Proctor, Vermont.
Is that where we are?
I'm Batman.
Action.
All right, so we found Redfield. His old man's in the vault over here, the mausoleum. But this is Redfield Proctor Jr., the former governor of Vermont, and he was also the target, or one of the targets, the main target of the gang, and they were doing all their extortion here in Rutland and various other places around Rutland, and Proctor is about 4 miles away. Well, here's the former governor, and he, of course, survived the whole thing because he was out of town when the gang tried to extort him. All right, we can't find Mortimer Proctor. He was the nephew of Redfield, and, well, they're the only two people that knew what actually was going on with the FBI being in Rutland, and who was doing the extortion, or at least who they suspected. But we did find the governor. If you want to come see him, he's at South Street, Proctor. A couple other things happened. Kid named Raymond Webster. He was walking around over by the golf course or the Pine Hill area in Rutland and saw a newspaper sticking out of the dirt in a strange way. It's sort of half buried in the dirt. And decided to go get some friends. And he's like 14 years old at the time. So he got his friends, they came back, started digging around, trying to get, they found a couple of boxes they're gonna take off with them, and two guys came out of the woods dressed in suits and said, stop right there. So they took off, as most 14-year-olds would. And then they claimed to hear gunfire as they were making their escape. It was at this country club, the Rutland Country Club, on the 4th hole near the green. There was an elm tree, and that is where the box was that Raymond found when he was 14. Well, it turns out that there was a guy shooting, doing target practice out in the Pine Hill area. He had a .22 and some cans and stuff. So that would explain the shooting part. It turns out that the guys in the suits were really FBI agents, and in 1934, in April, the whole town got filled up with them. There's about 20 different agents changing clothes, disguising themselves as bums, and other things. And the town people had no idea why they were there, and the FBI wasn't giving up any information either. Okay, so we're on Route 3, and halfway between Proctor and where we make the turn to get into Rutland. Somebody was hitchhiking, I can't remember the guy's name, and he saw a car tucked way into the woods a little bit off the road. And when he flashed his light at him, there was 4 guys in there. Now, I don't know if that was the gang, or if that's 4 FBI agents just hanging around waiting for something to happen.
Maybe they were disguised as the gang.
It could be the gang. The letters, apparently, as the FBI thought, were written in Brandon. So they descended on Brandon to basically get all the typewriters and make comparisons. I think they realized it was Brandon when the stationery was being used was only sold in Brandon. I'm like, can't believe the gang was out there getting specific kind of stationery or whatever. But there's a town just outside of Brandon called Lawndale or something like that. And they found a large cache of explosives hidden in an old mattress. Some guy reported it because his kids were jumping up and down on the mattress, and they found the explosives. Now, there was enough explosives there to take out a whole city block.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And they're jumping on it.
They're jumping on it.
Kids.
Yeah, there were the percussion caps and everything were in there. So that's the Brandon part. Now we're heading down towards Fairhaven. And what's right before Fairhaven?
Castleton.
The other one, it's
Pulteney.
Pulteney. The letters were actually sent from Pulteney and Fairhaven. these extortion letters. Basically, they're asking for about $40,000, or we'll kill you, or $40,000, and or we'll kidnap your children. So that's what was really going on. Now, people thought it might have been a counterfeiting thing or some other kind of racketeering kind of thing, because there was like 25 FBI agents descended on the Rutland area. They eventually found out that it was extortion, but they did not know who the target was. When we showed you the target, that was Redfield Proctor and various other businessmen in the area. So that's the what they call the Pine Hill Mystery, and they call it that because it's all sort of centered around Pine Hill and the golf course, the Rutland Country Club, which they seem to like country clubs, because up near Brandon is another golf course that they were using to try to get people to bring large sums of money in a box and drop off.